Hey, it's vacation time for me. That is the Golden Nugget Casino and Hotel in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I'll give you 3 guesses as to what we're going to do. It is vacation time, you get to come along, and this is Fox Sports Outdoors.
It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors Southwest.
And so, you are probably wondering what a hardcore fishing nut like me might be doing on my vacation. You might think, maybe he'd go down to Biloxi, Mississippi, where they've got those beautiful white sand beaches of the Gulf of Mexico. You'd be right. You might think he might go to the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in Biloxi, where they've got great seafood, beautiful rooms, and a pool like that. And you'd be right. Then the fun begins, because I got to looking at Biloxi Bay out just behind the hotel. All those fishing boats out there wondering, what are those guys catching out there? And then I met up with Captain Robert Brody, who's been guiding on Biloxi Bay nearly his whole life, and he got to telling me about all the species of fish available here. And then I remembered, bingo, I brought the Mako boat with me on my vacation. We're going fishing, and you get to go along with me on my vacation. So, right now, I'm gonna relax by the pool for a little while, soak up a little sun. The next time you see me, I'll be out on the Mako 21 LTS with Captain Robert Brody, and you'll get to go around the region for all your latest fishing reports. Right now, let's get my vacation started back at the FSN studios with your weekend planner.
Hi everyone, great news. The Solinar tables are forecasting outstanding game fish activity for both days this weekend. Overall, Saturday is expected to be excellent, while Sunday is predicted to be one of the best fishing days of the month. Look for the sun to rise at 7:09 and set at 7:38, and we have a new moon Sunday, so evening skies will be very dark. Stay with us, we'll be right back with freshwater and coastal fishing updates from around the region. Plus, Gerald Swindle joins us for the Ask the Pro segment. As we go to break, here are some photos from the Costa Catch of the Week contest. These anglers were not selected as winners, but we still wanted to show off some of these nice catches from around the area. Stay with us to see this week's winner near the end of today's episode.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker. By Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there. By Mercury Marine, official outboard of Fox Sports Outdoors. And by Lowrance Electronics, find, navigate, dominate.
Well, we've made it out to the spot right now. We're on the Mako. Got ourselves all set up on a dock right here. That's a big bull minnow right there. Redfish, think that that's cotton candy. See how close we can cast to this thing. Eat it, big boy. Eat that big bull minnow. He's got it, he's got it, got it. All right, we got one, everybody. We are out here in Biloxi Bay, and it's fighting me out here. I've got braided line. I got strand braid on here, which is key. If they get around those piers, you can be in for a rodeo.
That's a beauty. Nice. He's still full.
Coming around, coming around. Got him.
We got
All right.
Beautiful.
Looky here,
All
folks.
right.
We have done well immediately. We made it out here with Captain Robert Brody, and he guides every day out here in Biloxi Bay. tell us kind of what these fish do here.
Well, I always tell people the old saying, I say, cast to the shadows. These fish love to get under those piers and lurk in those shadows. As long as you get that bait close to that pier, you might end up with something as beautiful as this.
You can go out and actually fish for big bull reds out on the reefs, but in here inside Biloxi Bay, which is where we are right now, that's going to be a really good redfish. And I'll tell you, you get that dude wrapped up around those piers and you're in trouble. And my strand braid did a great job of getting him out of those piers, away from all that rough stuff in there, and then it was just me and the fish.
You did a good job on that fish, Barry. That was excellent.
Okay, buddy, we'll see.
Ooh,
oh,
beautiful.
he's plenty alive. Let's get you some fishing and lake reports from your local area.
Hey, September is typically a tough bass fishing month here in the state of Oklahoma, but it sure is setting up differently this year, perhaps because of all that good rain we've had. If I was going bass fishing the next few days, there are 4 lakes that I would target. One is Lake Texoma. Texoma is still a little bit high, but the color is really clear there. The bass are biting, both largemouth and smallmouth. Also, Lake Eufaula. Now, Eufaula is back to around normal lake levels. The water still has some stain to it, but again, the fishing is good there. Here in the northeast part of the state, Fort Gibson Lake and Keystone, both of those are really good bass fishing right now. All those fish can be caught in and around the rocks, the rocky points, the little rocky pockets, mostly because there's lots of sunfish in and around those areas right now, extremely shallow. You can catch these fish shallow. Concentrate on your bass fishing right now, 4 to 7, 8 feet deep, and there's 2 baits that you have to have rigged. One is the biffle bug. Biffle bug is a hollow soft plastic bait. It looks kind of like a crawdad imitation. It's got swim legs, it's got a hollow body, it's got a cut tail. Fish it on the biffle hardhead, 7/16 or 11/16 ounce. The way you want to fish this long cast up along those rocky areas, reel it with the rod tip down, reel it fast so that head's constantly touching the bottom. Make sure if you lose contact, let it sink back down a little bit low, but keep it moving constantly using the reel to do that. The other lure is a rattle trap. Hard to beat a good old rattle trap in September. Those fish are on the move again, chasing bait fish, chasing sunfish. Rattle trap is a great imitation bait for catching those largemouth and smallmouth bass this time of year. Bass fishing in Oklahoma in September, it's looking mighty good, but one thing about it, you can't catch them if you don't go.
All right, we're hooked up. Hey everybody, welcome back. He's cleared the pier now.
Now we got that other pile to worry about.
Yeah, we got another one over here. So Captain Robert Brody has actually got us a fish on now. We've moved to another pier and
oh, that's a big one, Barry.
Switched over to shrimp. Is it a red?
Yes, a red. Took a big one too. All right, Barry, here we go. There we
Got
go.
him.
Beautiful.
All right. Hey, there we go. Look at that one. Way to go, Robert.
Fish.
You threw a shrimp.
A big
under
live
that time.
shrimp.
The first
Big
one
live
I
shrimp.
caught was actually on a bull minnow, but this one was on a, and you want the big shrimp, right?
Big shrimp as possible, because you know, there are a lot of bait stealers down here, so you want a big shrimp. It'll last a little longer down there on the bottom.
Right. So I'm going to unhook this fish, and then I want to ask you something here. We're going to let this one go back. Wow, that was ready to go right there. This is really just the best of everything. People can come here, they can stay in the casino, they can gamble, they can eat the best food. We're going to eat the big king crab buffet tonight at the Golden Nugget. We're staying there, and it is just an unbelievable place. But people can come here, they get on the beach, take the family, and then come out here and book a guide trip and have some fun.
Exactly. I mean, it's so diverse down here. We got a little bit of everything. I mean, we got bay fishing, we got sound fishing, we got Barrier Island fishing, Gulf of Mexico fishing. I mean, you can just do all kind of things in one day. You know,
wow.
it's just, I love it.
And make a really diverse vacation out of it, in that there's something for kids to do. Actually, you'll bring kids fishing out here, right?
I do. Probably 60% of my trips are family groups, you know, and a lot of kids,
I cannot tell you how great a place it is. We are having so much fun on this vacation. Right now, it's time for you to get some more fishing and lake reports from your own backyard.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you by Hitch It Safe, manufacturers of the best hitch and safety devices for your trailers I've ever seen. It doesn't matter what trailer you're pulling, they make a device that will both prevent theft and prevent accidental separation as you travel down the highway. Boats, UTVs, ATVs, it doesn't matter. They've got a hitch and lock system for you at Hitch It Safe. Now this week we're going to talk about Caddo Lake, and you need 5 baits on Caddo Lake to fish an entire day. A buzz bait, a spinner bait, a Cinco, a Texas rig, and a jig and pig. Start your morning with a buzzbait around the cypress knees and get in as close as you can as you run that around those knees. Then switch to the spinnerbait in a white or a white chartreuse, and then your Cinco in either the watermelon red, Junebug, or a red shad laminate color. Finally, you'll want to throw Texas rig lizards around those same cypress knees. Use a 7-inch lizard in black blue, and you can use a black blue jig and pig or a green pumpkin jig and pig with a brown trailer. That'll get you some bass on Caddo Lake. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by the premier manufacturer of trailer hitch and safety devices made right here in the USA in Dallas, Texas, Hitch It Safe. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit portaransas.org. Well, it looks like the forecast for an early fall is on target. Milder conditions have been a godsend for coastal anglers. Plus, fishing remains good and will only get better as we move further into fall. From Sabine to West Matagorda Bay, the birds are working to point anglers toward actively feeding fish. The deeper shell bite will continue until cooler weather really sets in. Now, redfish activity along the middle and lower coast is increasing. Areas behind St. Joe Island, Shamrock's Cove behind Mustang Island, and the entire upper Laguna Madre are reporting schooling activity on the increase. Now, from the land cut southward to Port Isabel, anglers drifting the grass beds or fishing the intracoastal waterway are catching trout on live, cut, or artificial baits. Offshore activity continues to be good out of Freeport, Port O'Connor, Port Aransas, and Port Mansfield. Ling, kingfish, dorado, blackfin tuna, and other pelagics await anglers. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Got something. Boy, you never know what you got out here. There comes my cork. What have I got? What have I got?
Spanish mackerel.
Spanish mackerel. All right. I've never caught a Spanish mackerel. All right.
What a beautiful fish.
A first Spanish mackerel I've ever caught.
Good hook set. Look at that mouth. Look at the teeth in there.
Good.
You don't want you to get your fingers in there, Barry.
Wow.
Very good eating fish, too. A lot of people like to bake them.
All right. Well, I have now caught a Spanish mackerel. Everybody needs to come do this. Constant action, lots of different kinds of fish. You're gonna love it right here in Biloxi, Mississippi. We're coming right back.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. Buy Lose, setting a new standard of fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. And by Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We pulled up to another pier. I made a cast back up in the shade under that pier and once picked it up. He's swimming out towards deep water right now. I think he's still got it. He's got it, he's got it. Got him. Good red. Oh yeah. All right. That is a real shallow pier up there.
That was a beautiful fish.
There we go.
That is a nice one.
Got him. All right. Boy, this is a blast. Whoa. I tell you, this is really something else. There's something for everybody here. Now, if you're going to come up and fish these piers and these docks like this, it does require some skill. And let's go ahead and release him. There he goes. All right. The piers have got shade underneath them. And what you've got to do is, from here, see, we're about 25 yards from that pier. And so we're making underhanded casts like that and letting that bait skip right up toward the shade. And then these are big bullmen as the ones that the redfish seem to be hitting, but they'll hit a shrimp as well. And once again, all kinds of fish hang around here. One other key thing here is you can't get too shallow. This is absolutely, this water's only about maybe 18 inches deep, but more like maybe 14. And those fish, they're just looking for that shade. As you can see, it's midday right now. Sun's way up high overhead, and those fish are just seeking the shade of that pier right now, and that is just an unbelievable way to come in here and catch these nice sized redfish like this. It's time for more fishing and lake reports for you right now.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here with your Fox Sports Outdoor Report. We're talking Louisiana, we're talking saltwater fishing. As you can see here, we had a nice catch this morning. Right now, we have a lot of school trout. We probably caught 60 to 70 trout today on live shrimp, fishing over shallow oyster reefs, basically 3 to 5 feet of water, using a popping cork, a small weight, and a Kell hook. The other fish, redfish, Kelly Wiggler soft plastics, a 1/4 ounce Rockport Rattler jig heads. I'll tell you what, they were in some big schools. We actually caught 35 or 40 of these big redfish. We were able to keep 5 of them today. Tell you what, Louisiana saltwater fishing along the whole coast right now is on fire. Numbers on the screen. You want to make a trip, give us a call. Call old Cajun Phil. Right now, we're going to see what he's got to say on the bass scene.
Thanks, Captain Kevin. I tell you what, Fred, just real quick, we had a couple of emails this week that asked about the Sabine and the Calcasieu rivers. I want to let you know that both the Calcasieu and the Sabine rivers, the water's really pretty right now, and they are catching lots of bass. They're catching most of them on spinnerbaits or crankbaits. Also had a report about Toledo Bend. They're catching some nice white perch there. If you want to fish bass in Toledo Bend, remember, plastics, plastics, plastics. Whether you fish in shallow water, use a lightweight, throw a plastic lizard up next to the grass, work it pretty fast, and you're going to catch some nice bass. Later today, either a drop shot or Carolina rig in 18 to 20 foot of water, catching lots of bass right now, especially on the south end of Toledo Bend, down around Mill Creek, Housing, and those areas down there. I tell you what, Toledo Bend's really good right now.
We got a bite here. Yeah, I'm getting a good bite. I think it's a flounder. He's laid down on it. Let me see.
How can you tell?
He's just kind of settled back down with it.
Hit him.
He's not moving. Here we go. Let's see what it is.
Flounder.
All right, let me grab that net.
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Nice fish. Nice fish. Beautiful flounder.
All right.
That's a
Turn him
fine
around
eating
and show
fish
them
right
what
there.
a
Look at
Mississippi flounder looks like.
Look at the
there you go.
Beautiful coloration on that fish.
I tell you, we have just about caught one of everything. Spanish mackerel, redfish, white trout, speckled trout, now flounder. I tell you, it's been a great day so far, and that just shows you what the fishery's like. Again, a couple of other things you can do here. It's a very diverse fishery. You can go out on the artificial reefs and fish for trout. You can go to the bridge and fish for big black drum. You can fish these piers for these flounder, redfish, and man, I'll tell you never know what you're going to get.
You never know.
All right, stay with us. We're coming back to Biloxi, Mississippi right after this. We're going to release this flounder right here and let it go back. Okay?
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Motor Guide Trolling Motors. Introducing the XI5 for ultimate boat control. By Fort Worth Nissan. Fox Sports Outdoors is powered by Fort Worth Nissan. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro segment, where viewers get expert insights from professional anglers. This week's question comes from Tyler, who asks, what are the biggest mistakes you see boaters making when launching or loading a boat? For the answer, we asked the 2004 Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Gerald Swindle.
I think some of the common things that I see at the boat ramp when people getting ready to launch is doing a little preparation before you pull down there and block the ramp. Make sure the back straps are undone, your motor toter's off. Don't unhook the bow of the boat till you get down to the water and hook it up as soon as you put it back on there. Usually pulling up further to back down will help you get straighter. Trying to make a real sharp turn and back down too quick, you're gonna fight the ramp more. So remember, pull up 20 or 30 feet further than normal. It's gonna help you back it down easier. Never put the trailer too far in the water. Usually about fender well high on the trailer is where you wanna be. It seems like you should have the trailer way in the water, but if the boat doesn't get in there and glide, it's not gonna hold it straight, and you're gonna fight it to the bitter end, and we're gonna be in the parking lot waiting on you.
Thanks, Gerald. And if you have something to ask one of the pros, simply visit our website and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit your question. Now, someone is going to win a new pair of sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Each week, someone wins a free pair of Costa sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week contest. Here is this week's winner. He is Travis Salters of Garland, Texas, showing dueling 24 and 22-inch hybrid striped bass he caught at Lake Ray Hubbard near Dallas, Texas. And here are some bonus photos of fish caught at Lake Ray Hubbard. These are not winners, but they're great fish nonetheless. John Ponder is showing an 8-pound largemouth bass. Rolando Carrizales, an 8-pound largemouth bass. Greg West, a 7-pound, 10-ounce largemouth bass. Adrian Oliveras, a 16-inch crappie. And Nick Zebach, a 45-pound blue catfish. If you would like to enter the contest, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Click in the Costa Catch of the Week area on the right side of the front page, follow the instructions, send us your photo, you could be our next winner. And you can see all of the great Costa products at their website. Just go back to the front page of our site, click on the Costa logo, and you can see all of their excellent frame styles and lens styles there, including the frame style that I was wearing on this week's episode. This blue and white frame is called Cortez. Next up on the Academy Right Stuff, it's the right, simple gear to catch all of the species that you saw us catch on this week's episode. It all begins with a 1/2 ounce lead egg sinker slid up on your main line, followed by a simple barrel swivel, followed by 80-pound test monofilament and a small bait hook. The other key ingredient is string braid line. These fish will break you off and cut you off in a heartbeat around all the sharp objects around these piers and pilings if you don't use braided line, and the Stren 65-pound braid worked perfectly for this application. Earlier this year, I had a chance to visit the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, Georgia. They had a very interesting exhibit on the USDA healthy eating recommendations from the 1940s. Get this, our government recommended that all Americans eat fats, butters, and oils with every single meal. We've learned a lot since the 1940s, and too much of that stuff will kill you. Every American needs to take responsibility for their own eating habits. Read the labels at your grocery store on the products you buy. The less calories, the better. The less processed, the better. The less ingredients, the better. It's simple math on the calories. You burn more calories than you eat, you lose weight. You do the opposite, you gain weight. Every one of us is responsible for our own healthy eating habits. I hope you enjoyed our trip today to Biloxi, Mississippi. We had a great time fishing with Captain Robert Brody, and you can book a guide trip here, and you can stay where we stayed at the Golden Nugget Casino and Hotel. What a fantastic place this is, with wonderful rooms, excellent food, gaming, a super pool. We've got a harbor and marina just outside the back door, everything you could want, all in one location. Here's a reminder for you that our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com is now mobile friendly, so it resizes correctly no matter what kind of device you're viewing on. Anything from an Android to an iPhone to a tablet or a full-size PC, everything sizes correctly. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, where you'll see all the latest videos, photos, and fishing news, and follow us on Twitter, where we're always giving away some kind of free gear. Hey, don't forget to join us for next week's episode. We'll be on at a special time at 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, with the repeat airing Saturday morning at 7:30. Until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.